Hello everyone, today I'm going to be watching Oblivion's incredible hidden mechanic by RimmyDownunder. Now, I think I watched one video from this dude, Wrath of Allah, on some new anthology game that was played by Maxor, I think? I don't know. I don't remember. What is the hidden mechanic of Oblivion? I played Oblivion a lot. My favorite part of it was just magic bits, and of course, obviously, the whole portals, the Oblivion portals that you go to and destroy the thing, and then they just disappear. You kill it fucking. It was just like another realm that you would just go through these portals. I love that. I enjoyed those beats. But yes, 3, 2, 1, go.
By the 9, the white gold tower is dripping. Buy my merch.
Oh yes.
I remember the first time I ever saw Oblivion. It was at my family's farm, and I was watching my big cousin play it on a Frankenstein of a PC. I'd only ever played Morrowind and adored it, despite being young and terrible at it. Hey, why don't
so
people
good.
like Morrowind?
I
watched
love
as he was
that
chased
game.
by Daedra towards a roadside inn. He entered inside, and I immediately relaxed, knowing the danger was behind us. Only to have my world shattered when the Daedra came straight through the door.
I've been better.
I know
And
such
nothing
a
ever
basic
happened.
mechanic of the modern era, which often doesn't even have loading screens for houses
They
these
did, like,
days,
pretend
seems
nothing
like such a
happened.
weird thing to be amazed by. But in Morrowind, cell switching by NPCs almost never happened. I only just noticed that the end of this boat is like a tree that they're just kind of
What
hanging
the
a lantern on. Me, when I console command unlock the door. Oh,
Yes, it still
NPCs
works. I
simply
love it.
remained
You
where they
basically click in it, even the starfield, and then unlock.
wandered in a small
love it.
area, never chasing you out of the cell. Only a few had schedules, and mostly for quests, as far
Or
as I know.
TCL
This led
to move
things
through
like
shit.
young me murdering terrorized Gavain because the guards could never
Oh
come into
god,
houses.
look at that thing. Look at what the fuck? That looks like a drow rather than a dark elf. Oh, the UI. Oh my. What the
I would then
fuck?
set up our home as my own. And
Wait, what?
slowly integrate
You could do
myself
that
with
in
the
Morrowind?
townsfolk. Every day, they'd peek in between the boards and the windows and wonder, where is Teresa anyway? And I'll
Ethan.
open the door,
Ethan!
and I'll look at them, and I'll smile and
Oh my
say,
god, that's creepy
howdy,
as
neighbor.
fuck.
So enemies chasing you into cells blew my mind, and it's what made Oblivion so special to me.
Oh, this
It
is
felt like the
actually
first
Oblivion.
living
The thing from this point, it doesn't look like Oblivion. This is not Oblivion. Wait, this is not
and
Oblivion.
I'll look at them, and I'll smile and say,
This is not a what?
howdy, neighbor.
No
So enemies
way.
chasing you into
This
cells
is Oblivion.
blew my mind, and it's
Wait.
what made Oblivion so special to me. It felt like the first living world, and I know that sounds
I
silly with how
forgot.
simplistic Oblivion
What the
really
fuck?
kind of is. But for a kid at that time, it was the best thing I'd ever seen. Enemies might follow you into an inn, and you can watch as the local populace gives
No,
them a
no,
very
that's not. That's
physical
not the during
demonstration of why their drinks are so cheap. Oblivion had a few flashy things to show off its new
Just
NPC
immediately,
schedules
not
and
like
cell
nothing
switching
happened.
ability, including a dude in Anvil who's been riding the local bicycle. Sorry, Chads, but in Oblivion, the Short King, including
What's
a
it
dude
say?
in
What did that
Anvil
say?
who's been
This ugly son of a bitch is.
riding the
That's-
local bicycle. Sorry, Chads,
No.
but in Oblivion, the Short King gets the weird elf. Seriously, like, all of the quotes about her are just racism against wood elves. Seriously, like, all of the quotes
Henrich Ulrich is married to a boss bear. I suppose the women are less than the. Jesus, the shipsetter Ukenhall has a wood elf for a wife. I rather sleep. Fucking hell!
her are just
Jesus
racism against
Christ,
elves.
that's too much.
Greetings, Bosma.
Why is that racist on a
What's the news
4chan
from the other parts
tab?
of
What the
Tamriel?
fuck?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
See you.
Bye.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Spanish.
What flawless infiltration. Hold on, speak now, thank you.
I'm Hasselthal, Heinrich Oakenhall's wife.
yeah.
Take
Thank you
care.
for saying your name once. Thank
Well
God.
met.
What?
One of my favorite mods was 28 Days and a Bit Later, a mod that simulated a spreading
What the
zombie
fuck?
apocalypse where people actually got infected and spread the virus. It really made the world feel alive when a horde in one town might travel to another and threaten its survivors. I even played some of the
What?
sequels to that mod for Skyrim
That's
on the
actually
channel
crazy.
ages ago.
And it's still monetized. That's
The
rare.
deaths increasing, the reports of hideous creatures in the snow coming from broom Bruma. Now what's going on up in
Let's go
Bruma,
there.
I wonder? Oh.
Let's get a
Protect
Glock too. Download the Glock mod. There's oh my god!
What's the matter?
What the
What?
fuck?
I can see
Where
shit!
is the light gone? Why hath the gods forsaken
I think the mod
us?
removed
I've
the
actually never seen this
LTS
happen
files
before,
and
I'm fucking
atmosphere
terrified.
files.
But there's
Probably
a mechanic
not.
that makes
Doesn't
the
exist
best
in
use of this
Oblivion.
new ability of the engine, and it's one that I don't think many
Yes.
people know of.
Is
The
it a
mechanic
friend
that
now?
I adored as a kid, and that inspired this video. The
Bro,
gob-
this looks so okay. This looks so good. Even the environment looks so good. Like the textures don't. To be fair, he's probably modded to bits. But again,
This
the
new
texture
ability,
looks
the
so
engine, and
good.
It's one that I don't think many people know of.
Very
The
too good.
mechanic that I adored as a kid, and that inspired this video.
Goblins.
The Goblin Wars.
Oh my god! What is this? Is this a mod? Ouch!
Yes, that's right. Oblivion has a hidden mechanic mentioned only in a single quest as far as I can tell. Goblin Trouble is a minor side quest that has you aiding a group of farmers who had their land
What?
swarmed with goblins due to ongoing ethnic tensions between the tribes. Tensions which involve warbands
I
of
have
goblins
no
marauding
idea.
through the hills.
I had no
And collateral
fucking
damage
idea.
is not considered a sin in goblin culture, but a score to be beaten. Your job in this quest is to put an end to the war through all the usual
Oh
different
yes,
means.
Goblin
As a
Slayers.
side note, to further showcase the living world, once you complete the quest, the town actually slowly rebuilds and rewards you with gold every
nice.
week, and I think that's cool as
What?
hell.
That's actually sick.
Please. Stop. So, how do these mysterious goblin wars actually work?
What
There are
happened?
7 tribes of goblins in Citadel. There's actually more, but shut up. Each tribe has a lair, a shaman, a war chief, and their totem staff. Now let's see why most people
That's too many.
don't even know this
That's too
exists.
fucking many.
First, to begin
Oh, the
a
arena in the
goblin
middle?
war,
Love
the
it.
shaman must be alive, which, considering the average player,
What?
not a very high chance. Second, the totem staff must be stolen, which
Very well.
in some
Easy
cases
enough.
it already is, with 2 tribes missing their totems and thus
What the
being
fuck?
at war at the start of the game. However,
Makes sense.
even worse is the fact that the totem staffs are often guarded by the shamans, who die defending them. Because the average player likely never knew about the diverse, interconnected religious system that the goblins strictly adhere to, including laying down all
What?
arms and showing the intruder who is
I had no
slain
idea
your
this
god
fucking
avatar
quest
Nana
existed.
Watai.
What? No, what? What language was it? Oh no. Oh shit, it's gone.
just overthrew the system. One recommendation is that after you decapitate their leadership and rip families apart, why not use the cave as a safe place to rest, guarded by your own
Is it a safe place to rest,
enslaved army?
Looks pretty terrifying, to be honest. Like this, it's filled with fucking skulls and shit.
Third, the totem staff must be on the ground, not in your inventory, not in a container, and not
Alright.
sold.
That's
that last one is
insane.
important because if there's one thing merchants
What the
in
fuck is this fucking transit in Black Ops 2? Bro, this is so convoluted. It's like a Black Ops zombie Easter egg. It's like, 4 people, they need to do this exactly. They need to solve 27
Scrolls
puzzles.
love.
Fucking what the
It's
fuck is going
rotting
on?
goblin heads on sticks. By God, you've struck gold. So
I
after
love
you
this.
blast a couple people with it, you sell the staff and make a shitload of money, and the goblins go to war with the merchant guilds. Wait, what the fuck? This is just Elder King. If you've done all these things, if you've aligned yourself facing north on the 11th of Heartfire, if you've smashed the like button, then you might have just started a brand new race war. Oh, but don't make the mistake of trying against the bitter fish. There's actually more, but shut up. Yeah, shut the fuck
Mr.
up. Okay, which is a
What?
tribe you meet in the main quest, which has no war chief, no totem pole. It has a
I'm not gonna
possibility
go
of
back.
spawning multiple shamans, but they don't work like shamans. They are
Kill that
truly just a
motherfucker.
tribe
Oh, yes.
in name. The shaman's death will not
Yes.
affect the
Kill the
stone cold
zombies.
hearts
To be honest,
of those infidels. There's
fuck
also
the
this
goblins.
kinda unique goblin
Hate them.
witch. This goblin witch also has a goblin shaman
Oh my
staff,
God.
but this isn't a goblin
And it has, like,
totem
2
staff.
uses
Those are
use
completely different
only.
things. And she's also not a shaman. What did Todd mean by this?
fuck?
Throw into the mix that the mechanic itself was buggy as hell and relied on NPCs
Oh my
that moved
God!
overland without the player being present, which was somewhat of a wacky system. Some people claim the code never existed, though those people seem to be very much wrong, and that Oblivion very system. Some people claim the code never existed, though those people seem to be very much wrong, and that Oblivion very rarely featured things like this, and it's not hard to see why most people would just never come across it. But I found out about it, became fascinated with it as a kid. I remember the joyous days of goblins attacking the coolest house in the game.
I don't remember this one bit.
It keeps the bad things out. So, what's my aim in this video? What was I trying to do?
Bro, I ate that game every day. I didn't know English, obviously, but I was a kid and I enjoyed the shit out of that because it was the first open world game that I actually played and enjoyed. The other open world game were like RTS likes and like top down weird shit. So this was actually
how it started, but
so good.
By the end, I was trying to prove that the mechanic existed. I was going insane. I was trying to prove that
God
I
already
wasn't
made you that by
crazy.
default.
See, despite
What
all
are
of the
you on
posts
about?
you can find about the Goblin Wars,
Oh, yes.
people asking about them or talking about them or how they do work, so many people say they have never worked. But others say that they did work even on console where it couldn't have been modded. Others say it's cut content that was never added in. Some say you just have to wait
maybe it's a
forever, way
different
longer than you
version
think,
of the
or
game.
You must place the staff in a rival tribe's lair, not just in the open, or that there's a distance limit to it. And even the unofficial Elder Scrolls page, God bless, the wiki disagrees with itself as to whether or not they even exist or work. I'm breaking out the archives because even the game's own guide mentions it, and by God, it's a treasure trove. It tells you how to return the staff, that they respawn, it flirts with Marissa, what the fuck? It tells you how to restart the war, and that being near the settlers will cause the traveling goblins and the settlers to load in, and therefore the goblins to slaughter the settlers, and finally tells you about a free form quest. We'll get back to that one. It mentions that the raiding party will leave at nightfall. Notice the timing of this mod, which says it just uses the Goblin Wars code. Also, I like that the guide after this quest doesn't just like stay there and live with them. She actually goes back and becomes a deer hunter. This is the sort of shit that makes me love Oblivion. So what's a freeform quest? It's basically just a list of shit that you can do that isn't actually a scripted quest.
Again, unmarked quests of Fallout.
Stuff about it. You know, some things like meeting an adventurer and just kind of hanging out with him.
Exploring pays off.
For a dude named Gortwald.
However, official guys.
Fun with goblins. It includes a lot of the info we now know, but it doesn't mention what the shamans do, strangely enough. It includes a lot of ideas to spark the imagination, and I feel this is where some may have fabricated their own memories from. It's a very hard mechanic to figure out whether it's actually working or not because of the time delay.
I don't know if it's probably a myth.
In the first place. And
it's probably a myth. Like GTA San Andreas had like Bigfoot myths and Chainsaw Man myths and like weird fog shit and myths. Or like Herobrine from Minecraft. It's like, I think it's a myth.
Left me with
and they went way too deep with it.
Fucking with their
and this is the part when... Oh, never mind then.
There are rats and goblins down there. But from what I've seen of you, I'm guessing you're an experienced barbarian.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck is... You can't say that just because I'm green! Okay, stage 1 of the testing is complete, and I think I can resoundly say that it doesn't work with these guys. Which means I have 2 more things I want to try before I install patches and I start changing the game. I'm here to steal your floating staff. Thank you. Take these gems as well. I just
Jesus Christ! Don't kill it.
Another goblin totem staff
you don't have to kill
here.
You
I figured out what happened to the
shamans, as the guide said.
It was actually rescued by those goblins. See? This is a goblin war. Hold on, let me pop some invisibility potions.
Makes sense.
And let me show you what a goblin war actually looks like. Here, the white skins fight the sharp tooth. And the important note here is that only the war chief is able to pick up the totem pole if it's in a foreign location. If it's inside of your own base, then other goblins are able to pick up the totem pole too. He's claimed the totem pole this time.
All right.
The Whiteskins have actually ended the war on their own. I'm impressed.
This is actually crazy. So they have their own conquest quest.
Goblin war parties are all centered around the war chief.
Capture the flag.
He's the one that respawns every 3 days, just like all goblins except for the shaman. Once he's done that, he can lead off a war party of berserkers and skirmishers. They'll return home if the war chief dies because they can no longer recover the totem. The mod that I know of, I definitely played this mod as a kid because it was made back in 2008. I know this mod edited things so that the skirmishers could pick up enemy totems.
Alright.
But that is not in the base game as far as I'm aware. In the base game, the skirmishers and the shaman can pick up the totem as long as it's in their own territory.
I bet
the war chief
I wonder if it's still active. And maybe they actually updated some weird, more weird shit.
Can pick it up if it's not in their territory.
Because that was a very convoluted way of activating it.
And he's going to take us back to the coolest cave you've ever seen in Oblivion.
Let's see.
Hey, look at this. We're back at the cave. We've found Goblin Jim's cave. We head into White Skin City. Oh my, stop, please. Every time I enter a door, because I'm following you. God damn it, I have to keep drinking my invisibility potions.
Oh my god, you have to be fucking... Oh, because they aggro. Jesus, I thought it's like a part of the quest.
Not intervene in a war in which both sides are going to attack the player.
Too much hard.
So it's kind of hard for them to not do it, you know, not intervene and somehow screw the war up.
Jesus.
So the Goblin War Chief is supposed to actually drop the staff. In some locations, it's known that dropping the staff will clip through the floor and then it flies out of the world. But the only reason I know that is because the unofficial Oblivion patch references this. So the Goblin Wars mechanic, as far as the unofficial patch is concerned, does exist.
Holy shit, you did the research.
This is the weirdest mechanic deep dive I've ever gone on, I think.
Ever met Goblin Jim before?
He's a Breton who is the shaman of this tribe. He is actually the shaman, except that in vanilla, without the unofficial patch, he won't correctly, what do you call it, work as their shaman. They won't go passive once he dies. There's about to be a bit of a gang war here. Here's the Rockbiter War Chief.
Okay.
Here's the Bloody Hand one coming in now. Is it going to be the guy who didn't bring a weapon to invade another cave? Or is it, it's the guy with the mace who won? I'm kind of unsurprised on that one.
Literally meleeing the fucking skull of that motherfucker.
Goblin War is real or not.
To be honest, magic works, but I don't know if those goblins have
and no goblins have come. I have a few theories, and we're going to try all of them. We're going to exhaust everything before we move on to patching. Because once I start patching, everything goes out the window. At that point, I'm basically just dealing with mods, and I kind of can't really say it's vanilla anymore.
I'd lay odds that the war between the two tribes is because of a stolen tribal head.
They call them tribal heads in dialogue, which is another name that's different.
Tribal
It's not
heads.
totem pole, it's not totem staff, it's now tribal head. So with hours of testing finished, I turned to mods to see if I could at least
What
get
are
the
they called
system
in the
working.
game files?
I thought maybe people played with the unofficial Oblivion patch and still considered it vanilla, but you know, that maybe that fixed the problem. No.
It is vanilla.
I thought it was going to be Mutagen's Monster Mod, also known as MMM, or potentially another equally annoyingly named mod, OOO. It didn't seem like it was either of those, and finally I turned to mods I knew would work. Given that every other option has been exhausted, I'm finally just going to go to the mod that seems to enable it. The reason why I want to activate this is obviously very clearly a mod. If you've turned this on, then you're not playing vanilla. You know, at least the patches you can kind of get away with, like, oh, it was still vanilla, but it was just patched to fix something that...
That bell is like a fucking... It gives you PTSD after, like, the first few bugs. Because if it's 35 comments, 35 bug reports?
Should have been in the game, kind of thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is not exactly that. Instead... Oblivion is intended to be capable of goblin wars between tribes who have stolen each other's totems. However, this is not fully implemented in the scripts and AI for reasons beyond me. There are ongoing wars between the White Skin and Sharp Tooth tribe, as well as the Bloody Hand and Rockbiter tribe at the beginning of the game, but while you are supposed to be able to provoke your own wars between any tribes, or even all of them, this is not yet possible without modification. This is probably the most correct statement I've seen, which sounds weird to say, but remember that these posts are all from more than a decade ago. More than a decade, and I mean that very literally in that this mod was first released in 2006?
Holy shit. Bro, I didn't know English back then. Probably. Seriously, what the fuck? 2008.
You know, the bell tolls for me.
I was like 10 or something.
Hopefully it does work, and if so, what's going to happen here is that we have the tribe totem staffs as before. If we steal a staff at 6 p.m. every day, the war chief of the tribe will determine whether or not their totem has been stolen. In case it's missing, they will set out an excursion to retrieve the tribe's lost staff. All of the goblins, save for the shaman, will accompany him. I don't know if this is true or not, because it used to be, at least in vanilla, it's just berserkers and skirmishers. The standard goblins don't accompany the war chief.
Yeah.
This may be changed. After the tribe's totem is retrieved, the skirmishers will stay behind for a short time to search for an enemy totem. This is, as far as I can tell, brand new behavior. I don't know of any reference to this in other documents or informational forum posts elsewhere, but this may have actually just been in the code, and he may have just enabled it, that being, of course, Mr. Dr. Gamut himself, whose only mods, by the way, are the Goblin War mods. I realized that I started this as like a
go to the posts, maybe PM him.
And it's now just a fucking conspiracy theory.
Activity
and just to show how
2014.
long it's really been, the last time I downloaded this beta mod was in 2010. Goblins, it's 6 p.m. Time for your tribal excursion.
Makes sense. 2 years after it was
Goblin
released.
head picked up? What?
What the fuck did you do?
Ayo?
Yo, so it works.
I don't think you're allowed to do that, actually.
Are you killing yourself?
Hey, the Skullbreakers are here as well. That's good. That's good. It means it's working. Well, given that we know it all works now, let's get to it. It's time to start actually engaging in Goblin Wars. Yeah, I know. It only took
insane.
Like 2 full days of work.
To be fair, Bethesda probably just didn't bother.
Mod. Oh my god, there's an entire goblin attack on the gates of Coral. This is exactly what I wanted.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
Men.
Tonight we feast on goblin blood. No. This is gross.
Get him!
Let's not feast on it. We sleep on it.
This is what
Kill him.
MM does.
Okay, come on, come on. Oh, by the way. They just was it?
Jeez, dude's name is Hairy Legs. It's the Rock Biters versus the Dust Eaters, but the
poor
Dust
hairy
Eaters
ass
seem to
motherfucker.
have only brought their war chief. That was a pretty one-sided fight.
Yes.
Oh, look, the skirmisher just picked up the tribal. Yeah, and there goes another one. Oh my god.
Oh, it's taking
this
all
is
of
the
them.
richest skirmisher you've ever seen. He has all of the totems.
He's the king now. Oh my god, he's a shaman.
Single totem. We've got the 3 feather on the
Fair
left
of its
and
own.
the sharp tooth on the right. I think this is pretty obviously. Oh, hang on.
Oh
Has the 3
shit.
feather got some
I
reinforcements
wish
here?
there
What
was
are
some
these guys?
light.
Are they all 3 feather?
Cast
Yeah,
daylight.
looks like they are. Okay, they're having a big fight in the doorway. Meanwhile, I heard there was some goblin head picking up going on. Let's have a look what's
I can
going
hear
on
it
over here.
in the distance.
Oh my god! In the room, it's the 3 feather and sharp tooth war chiefs fighting each other. Alone. Who
Oh my
shall win?
god. Oh my fucking
It
god.
was
The sharp is done.
All right, but
I
he's
love
gonna
it that he
steal
had to
his totem pole.
shake because I
His
don't know either.
tribe will
They
be,
look the
I
same.
think the first to successfully steal one and get it out of here.
I love the dramatic,
a bit of an
like,
upset, though.
kneel
the
down.
3 feathers won the initial engagement, not the sharp tooth. Which means the Sharptooth War Chief is coming out into a 3 feathers army. Yes. Oh no, you poor boy. So close, yet so far. I'm just establishing.
What did he kill it? Did he kill the ogre?
Like,
ogre.
I wonder who's going to win.
Troll-looking
the
motherfucker.
little war chief is getting bullied. Oh no, but it's alright.
It's dead. It's already dead. It's gone.
Here we go.
But someone was behind. I love it. Did he attitude? Bro, just for commentating this fight, he has to have invisibility pushed all the time.
He's so cute.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Steal back his totem pole.
Ouch.
Oh my god, he killed the war chief.
This is just a massacre.
No, the shaman
No,
fucked.
probably.
Oh, and that's the defeat of the Skullbreaker tribe, never to be recovered.
Ow.
Oh, well. Guess I'll have to clean up.
Holy shit.
Hello. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Alright, well,
I didn't use that stab so much.
To face off against the goblin hordes. A couple of those down on the ground, then we go up on the wall.
No way.
We keep an eye out for any little cheeky goblins.
Oh my god. No way.
Is that a fucking sheep? Hold on a second.
No way.
Get away
This
from
will be
here.
so fun. This will be so. Oh my god. Wait a second.
What the? Who are you?
Shaman?
Oh,
my god, it's the new shaman in the form of a goblin human.
Who are? Okay, you're a raider. Okay, right.
TLC and fucking shift there, man. Come on, sprint.
And the moment I see her, she turns around and leaves. The goblins are here.
Greetings, Orc.
Oh my god, yes.
The goblins are inside. The goblins.
And they killed a bunch of people. Holy shit, they killed the horse.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck yes, I'm downloading fucking Oblivion now. Bro, you can just put an item down and they can show up. You can tell. Bro, imagine the number of traps you could set up, the number of bullshit. Oh my god, this is so fun.
Skullbreaker and Three Feather have all shown up. Oh my god. Okay, so somehow the three.
Oh yes, fuck that motherfucker.
Inside anyway.
Oh Jesus.
Not sure how this one occurred. Anyway, let's just kill these guys real quick.
Oh my god, I wish there was like more impact physics.
Oh, hello. Would you like to leave?
Like a Skyrim, you know, when you say hit someone, you said bang and you just changed. Oh!
Well, the three feathers were dealt with
destroyed.
quickly. Anyway, let's
What? Where? Oh, there are more.
Oh, who's this? Oh my god, another war chief just arrived. Oh, it's the Skullbreaker. Hello.
Dead. What
Oh my
the
god,
fuck?
There's
way more.
Look at them!
Horde!
Horde! Oh my god!
Behind them! Behind them!
Fall back to the gates, damn it!
Come on, man!
Oh my god!
Oh, but where is the magic? Where is the battles?
There's a lot of goblins outside.
The explosives.
That was perfect. I could not have expected better than them just flowing over the hill. Open the gates! We must rescue the blacksmith! Sally forth!
Oh shit, one hit!
Eat shit. I probably should drop all of the heavy stuff I'm carrying and just actually fight, right? Look, I swear there is a good excuse for having God mode on this whole time. It's because I had 5,000 invisibility potions on me at any one point. Well, let me just cut down on that a little bit. Okay, maybe
anything's
even
possible
a bit
in
less.
the council.
Okay, that's a good number of invisibility potions. We can probably drop some other stuff
type
too.
in.
I'm also going
What
to
was
take
it?
Castellan, I'm gonna put it on the
Player.add
walls.
item,
I can
some
tell him to stand here. And he should be able to
and the
fire
code
down
and then the
actually
number
kill
of the
goblins.
items.
Excellent work, Castellan. I hope you don't get shot by a goblin archer. That'd
Is
be
it
a sad
generally
end to your story.
Tullius? Ow. Oh.
What
the fuck?
Huh?
Are they committing?
Huh? Huh?
Tullius!
Huh?
What the
Get
fuck?
Man at arms, real quick. 1 second. Hello, does anyone have a bow? Your turn to take the position. I forgot how unnatural people looked in Oblivion. Why did your face look smooth? I don't know how I've done this, but this is just pure white now. It's just a thing that's happening. You know, I think I really had some rose-tinted glasses when it came to how well Oblivion actually ran when it came to, you know, bugs and such, because did fucking
Come on, it's Bethesda.
What
happened here?
Oh
my god, that horse is a god!
Why the goblins weren't coming.
Oh, then the ugly NPC is dead too. Not ugly.
On the plus side,
Bad
I have
texture.
all of the different Black Horse couriers now. There we go. That's nice. It'd be good for a read. You killed all of them? You know,
yeah, that lady.
The horse that did most of it.
Yeah,
frankly,
probably.
Horses are quite tough. On the plus side, the castle's gained a new horse. That's pretty nice. Well, I think we're gonna call it there. I'm like 97% sure the mod has just broken. And the goblins will no longer
control
come.
and space and you'll jump
something
higher.
Else is being screwy, or they're getting like stopped along the way by something else, or something like that. But either way, I'm having some issues, and frankly, Oblivion has crashed like 3 times in the last hour, so
probably because
I'm starting to get a little tired
of your modern
for
PC.
The Goblin Wars. Thank you all for watching. I know I can do a bit more with it. Like I could repair it and just carry on, do something else, reload the save or something to when it was still working, and try and have them attack a different location, but I think we've gotten the kind of gist of how these work.
Yeah.
The biggest downside to them is that the mod And I guess the base game itself has no restrictor for them just appearing next to the totem, because obviously when they're being transported in the overworld, when I can't see them, rather, they're not being moved normally. They're being kind of virtually moved, and so they just kind of appear there.
Teleporting.
I know it's crazy to want updates for a feature that doesn't even exist in the base
teleport
game,
and exist
but, you know, having
within
like a
your
nice little circle
outside
maybe
your
like
field of
300
vision. Yeah,
meters
you know,
around the totem when they
cyberpunk
stop,
cops.
and then they have to actually walk the rest of the way to go steal the totem would be quite nice for making the wars a lot more fun.
It's actually
Despite
fairly
this
fucking
being an
impressive that they
almost
show up
forgotten
at
feature, I
all
think it's
when
probably
when
one
an item is just sitting on the ground. Because I seen this in some game, but not that they just come from wherever they are. This is actually a very good quest.
AI features of Oblivion,
And mod
that's what
that
I wish
fixes
the
it,
game had
obviously,
so
because
much
the
more of.
original
They care
quest
enough
was
about
buggy
they
as
used
fuck.
to wage perpetual war, and I think it's also a nice world building and lore thing. You know, the fact that a goblin war is just a natural disaster that can
7,000
like occur.
gold.
It's like, uh-oh.
Septums.
The tribes are at war again, guys. Watch out, roads aren't going to be safe. There is so much more they could have done with it, and I really wished that Skyrim did more with it. As far as I know, Skyrim doesn't have anything like this at all. Its Radiant AI is better than Oblivion's for certain, but it's not.
The only thing that comes close, but it's still not this, is the Templar and Stormcloak's like civil war that we go around and fuck with. But at the same time, it's not nearly like this. It's not like the group of beasts just attack like a certain area for some reason. There are like some sheep quests and some fun quests, but at the same time, it's not like this.
As ambitious as Goblin Wars, and that's just.
Terraria has one. Terraria has a Goblin war.
Carry on with stuff like this,
and a Pirates war, and so many fun wars. Holy
Most
shit!
Games that try to make worlds feel lived in really just.
But yeah, it would be so much more complex to do it for a 3D game, especially a game it's old. Terraria is just a 2D.
But this is one of the few features that
Which
I think
is
could
slightly
really
easier
sell
to
someone on this. Of course, I'm not saying
make
it's
random
specifically
encounters,
the goblins, but you could have all sorts of stuff with bandits and mercenaries and wars. I mean, the Skyrim had a civil war on, and it was all just
I miss Terraria too.
instances and battles that didn't fucking matter, and then just quests. That was it. Why the fuck couldn't you do this? There's a whole war mechanic in Oblivion. You could have done. Oh god, it would be so cool. Imagine that.
Yeah. Or Starfield.
Storming camps to steal their fucking banner. The camps attacking you back in
Yeah,
return.
Bethesda basically said, we're done. We're done making good games, and we're just gonna shit.
Guys, oh
whatever.
no, the Stormcloaks
Seriously,
will be arriving
after
in 12
Skyrim,
hours. You better
whatever
get
the
there and
fuck
defend
they
the
did,
camp.
that was good.
I don't know. The main thing I like
Nothing.
the most about
Seriously,
it is
nothing.
that it doesn't actually need the player to be involved, and that is what is so interesting to me. That is what is so crucial. It tells a story without actually requiring the player to do it themselves. Because you can have situations in which you're just out in the wilderness and suddenly goblins pour over the hill. It's incredible. That is just such a cool feature that I really, really wish that Oblivion had actually
like 20.
But for now, I think
28 weeks later, was it? I don't know.
A very weird little game that I appreciate quite a bit.
In the intro
Thank
of that movie was insanely like, oh my god, I want something
focused
like that.
on the Goblin Wars, but then I realized I had to kind of, prove that they existed first, and that I wasn't just, hallucinating everything as a child. So, well,
I'm pretty sure
in the end.
I'm pretty sure it existed. If it was in the guides, you are not crazy.
After all of this, we are left with the most horrifying possibility of all. That at some point, somewhere along Oblivion's life cycle, if every single person who spoke about this wasn't just lying on the internet about video games, which people used to do way more, it feels like, and if all of them weren't mistaken, if anyone actually bothered to check if this mechanic was real, then there is the chance that this feature may have actually worked. Worked. At some point on some console or system at some patch. It may have been patched to work or worked from the start, and then another patch along the way may have
destroyed it,
or reverted the fix and no one ever noticed. And now... I don't know what you expect me to do. I'm no fucking Inferno Plus, mate. I just write loops. Well, true, bitch.
To be honest, some of these codes are just so insane. Like, the level of like restrictions they have is a bit crazy, Some of the spells you write, for example, in Baldur's Gate, all of them are case sensitive. If you write ability like a spell ability modifier and not all of the first letters are like what do you call it, big cased, it's basically capped. You basically the code doesn't work, the spell doesn't work, nothing works. You have to make sure it is the truth. It is literally the exact casing and exact way it's written. It's so annoying.
The code of
That's
every
so
Oblivion patch ever just to prove
so much goes into
this,
this, guys.
like making
and
shit up or
it's the
confusing
dot can
mod,
break everything.
and that it really worked
a lower
on
case
at
can
some
break
point
everything.
somewhere. But hey, if you did experience the system ever working as intended, that being more than just the 2 wars that are active at the start of the game, or if you have some footage of it working that you can prove isn't modded, I'd love to see it. Until next time, everyone, cheers for watching.
Thanks for actually covering it to this degree. I had no idea this quest even existed. And now it actually made me interested in going to... What was the mod that fixed it? 2009, 915 is the number ID of the mod that fixes this, obviously. So yeah, I'm actually very interested in selling Oblivion again, which is not really a bad thing. It's a phenomenal game. But yeah. See y'all later. Thanks for watching. For now, have a nice time. Goodbye.